We say good evening from Montreat, North Carolina. Assembly Gym is the location. It's basketball time today on the Owls Sports Network. Today, it's crosstown rivalry between your Warren Wilson Owls and the Montreat Cavaliers. Hi, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you once again for this important one for the men, coming in at 8-10 on the season. Montreat coming in at 5-10 on the year. Warren Wilson 3-7 on the road. Let's meet the starters. We'll start with the road team. The Warren Wilson Owls head coach is William Montz, 24-23 in his second season. He'll start this way. At one guard, it's number 2, Stephen Horton Jr., a sophomore, 6'1", 185 pounds from Yokohama, Japan. At another guard, number 3, Ty Johnson, senior, 6'2", 180 from Wilkesboro, North Carolina. And the third guard, number 4, Justin Gagne, a junior, 6'2", 180 from Warner, North Carolina. Now up front for the Owls, number 22, Garth Bailey giving the start. The sophomore, 6'1", 190 from Wilkesboro, North Carolina. And number 32, Thomas Hay, a sophomore, 6'3", 185 pounds from Waynesville, North Carolina. So that's the starters for your Warren Wilson Owls. And now the starters for Montreat. The Cavaliers head coach Lincoln Walters is in his 5th season here at Montreat, and he starts this way. At one guard, it's number 1, Melvin Irvin, a sophomore, 6'4", 230 pounds from Jacksonville, Florida. At another guard, it's number 5, Charles Smith Perry, a senior, 6'1", 185 pounds from Columbus, Georgia. And the other guard is number 22, Will Lewis, a senior, 5'9", 175 pounds from Apopka, Florida. Starting up front for the Cavaliers today, it's number 15, Cedric Cash. He's a junior, 6'1", 180 from Creedmoor, North Carolina. And number 24, Josh Foster, a junior, 6'3", 170 from Columbus, Georgia. So that's the starters for both of these teams. Montreat in a bit of a rough patch right now. They are 1-9 in their last 10 games. They have given up 92.3 points per ball game during that stretch. The Owls just 3-7 on the road. They're trying to put together a little bit of a win streak themselves, still in the top 10 of the USCAA at number 8, I believe, in the latest coaches poll. The one just came out a couple of days ago. But the Owls still needing to put some wins together, get over that 500 mark. They're 5th in the power rankings in the USCAA because they played that murderous schedule in the first half of the year. But the Owls still needing to play well and get some wins. And, of course, when it's Montreat and Warren Wilson, these two teams, it doesn't matter really what the record is. They're going to give it their all. Last year it was a lot of fun. That overtime thriller won by Warren Wilson. As we're just about set to go, let's see if we can't repeat that performance. It's Hay against Irvin, and as we're underway, the tip bounced up and controlled by Smith Perry. The Cavs moving from right to left. Quickly, it's Cash in the corner, dribbles to the wing, top of the key. Foster will back it out. Owls in a zone to start things off here as we're just underway. Cash on the right wing, swung over now, Lewis. Lewis dribbles in, dishes it out to Smith Perry, right wing. Still plenty of time to shoot for the Cavaliers. 10 on the clock as Lewis makes his move, dishes it out. Foster from downtown, and he buries the triple to put the Cavaliers on the board. Cavaliers have given up 92.3 points per ball game during this tough stretch, but they can score the ball as well. Foster came in averaging 17.4 points per ball game, gets his first 3. Let's see what Wilson could do in their whole road blue. Horton Jr. dribbles in, out to Bailey on the right wing. Bailey will back it out as he directs traffic. Garth Bailey scoops it to Gagne, top of the key, over to Horton Jr. on the left side. Drives in, nice pass. Horton Jr. underneath to Hay. No looky look. Looking to go quickly. Smith Perry now into the lane, scoops it up and in. Owls got to get back on defense. Montreat likes to push the action. Montreat averaging 76.1 points per ball game. Gagne into the forecourt. Bailey now in the corner. Back out to Gagne, and now Horton Jr. will set up the offense for the Owls here. 90 seconds in. Bailey, corner 3. He's open. Can't get it to go. The rebound tip. They're going to get Thomas Hay over the back. So the first foul of the ball game belongs to Warren Wilson. Folks, no high-def broadcast today, just the regular standard definition. So if you're looking for HD, we don't have it today running on the internet card. So have to hedge ourselves against the winds. I think that's how that goes, something like that. Anyways, Cavs with the basketball after Hay picks up the first foul. Gagne guarding Cash out deep, pokes it away. Gagne with the steal. Gagne behind the back, poked away by Cash. So Cash recovers, throws full court now. It's Lewis, steps into a three and buries it. Now Montreat is hot at the start, 8-2 Cavaliers. Gagne into the forecourt. Gagne dribbles into the lane to Hay. It goes through his legs, out of bounds, and it'll be Cavaliers basketball. So Montreat, both teams in a trapping press. The Owls forced many a turnover in their victory. Get one here. It's Gagne from downtown. Can't get it to go. The rebound fought for and won by Horton Jr. Bailey in the lane. Backs it out. And the Owls will settle down. Here's Ty Johnson. Corner three. Grazes the rim and nothing else. Thomas Hay with an offensive rebound to Horton Jr., who's all alone. Montreat was cherry picking. Cash got back looking for the pass, and that left the Owls open in the lane. So Cavs into the forecourt now, leading it by 4. Lewis dribbling between the circles, drives into the lane, kicks it out to Irvin. Thought about the three, instead dribbles in. Now to Cash, top of the key, Foster. And Foster is fouled. That is team foul number 2 on Warren Wilson. Quick sub, Irvin is out. Coming in for Montreat, Ryan Bethany, the junior 6'5" from Florida. And an offensive foul. Let's see who that's going to go on. It's on Bethany. So Bethany comes in and picks up a quick foul for Warren Wilson. Ty Johnson, the inbound. That ball is thrown to no man's land. Bethany with the steal. Lays it up and in. Gagne and Ty Johnson able to break the press that time. Ty, bounce pass to Horton Jr. Here's Bailey, top of the key. Over to Gagne on the left wing. Gagne from way downtown. Short on the shot. Another offensive rebound for Hay. Gagne will try it again. This time it's good. Gagne 1 of 3 from downtown. And it's a 10-7 ball game. Expect this one to be in the 80s, folks. How about another steal from Gagne? Gagne will take it himself. The reverse up and in. 10-9. Foster doubled up. Bethany throws it into the forecourt. 2-on-1. Here's Smith Perry. Glides in for the bucket. And what do we got? We got a timeout by Montreat. We will take a quick 30 seconds and come right back. Welcome back, everybody. On Wednesday, the men will return to action to take on Columbia International. I will not be with the men. I will be with the ladies on their way to Elizabeth City. So that game will be broadcast on a tape delay. The Owls are going to record it. Out of the timeout, more press. Here's Horton Jr., Gagne, a couple of seconds to get it across, and they do with a couple of seconds. Bailey now dribbles in, gets it out. Ty Johnson fakes the three, drives to the bucket. Floats it up, no, put back Thomas Hay, no, but he's fouled and will go to the line. So Thomas Hay with 3 offensive rebounds already in this ball game. Thomas Hay came in with 53, that's 6th best in the USCAA. He's now up to 56 on the season. Thomas Hay, 58% free throw shooter. It's the first one to go. Stephon Cates, Timmy Johnson will come into the ball game for Warren Wilson. Angel Lopez, I believe, has come on for Montreat. We'll check on their sub here in just a moment. Hay trying to go 2 out of 2. He does, and it's a 1-point ball game. So about 4 minutes in, we have 23 points. Horton Jr. gets another steal underneath. Ty Johnson puts it up and in. The press is working right now for the Owls. Horton Jr. does it again. Horton Jr. making it look like Tecmo basketball out there. Here's Timmy Johnson from downtown, no good. Foster with the rebound. Only people who know very old video games are going to get that reference. I'm looking forward to seeing who does. Foster on the left wing to Bethany up top. Now Lewis, same spot. Swings it right wing to Radanaski. That's who's come on. So Radanaski dumps it under to the cutter. Foster can't get it to go. Tip for the rebound. And guess who? It's Thomas Hay who collects another board. Timmy Johnson with the basketball now. Horton Jr. bounce past Ty Johnson. Corner three all alone, and he buries it. Warren Wilson on a bit of a run. Stephen Horton Jr. a little over-aggressive, but you'll take that if you're the Owls as he's called for the foul. It's team number 3. Irvin back out there for Montreat. Cash back out there for Montreat as well. Horton Jr. will head to the bench after picking up his second. And Garth Bailey comes in. Foster into the forecourt as Montreat able to beat the press. And what do we got? Cates looking to draw the offensive foul. Tried to sell it, but he is called for the foul. Good to see Timmy Johnson back out on the court. He was hurting for a while, missed the first parts of the second half of this season, but he's back out there. Said he's feeling good when I talked to him before the game, so good to see Timmy back out. His leadership will be needed in this important stretch for the Owls as they try to put some wins together and solidify another trip to the national tournament. Over on the right wing, Lewis from NBA range can't get it to go. Thomas Hay with the rebound. So the Owls defense starting to settle in after Montreat came out to the early lead. It was 12-9 at one point. Since then, a 7-0 run by the Owls. And there's a bad pass by Cates, diving out of bounds, and falling out of bounds is Lewis, who thought he was pushed, did not get the call. So we've got 2 unhappy players, 1 for each team now, which tells you the officials are doing what they should be probably. Here's Cates on the near side of your screen. Cates directing traffic. Cates dribbles left of the lane out to Ty from downtown. Off the back of the rim, no good. Thomas Hay deflected it to Ty. Kept it alive underneath. Timmy Johnson goes glass. 9-0 run for Warren Wilson as they lead it by 6. Again, full court press. Lewis able to get it across the timeline into the forecourt. Swings it to Irvin between the circles. Dribbles to the top, now backs it and swings it back over to Lewis. Lewis to the wing for Smith Perry underneath. Putting it up and in is Irvin, and that breaks a 9-0 run by the Owls. Garth Bailey walks it into the forecourt. Montreat backs off the press. This is a small enclosed area, folks, and it is loud in here. Ty Johnson can't get the 3. Lewis with the rebound. Lewis, pass up top. Foster from downtown. It's good. 1-point ball game, 18-17. Into the forecourt, Timmy Johnson. Timmy Johnson, top of the key, will back it out now. Gets it to Hay. Hay at the half circle. To Bailey up top. Bailey and an illegal screen on Thomas Hay, and that is Thomas Hay's second. So he will come out. Coming on for Thomas Hay, E.J. Patterson, the freshman from Lancaster, South Carolina. Patterson, 14 points in the Owls' last game, a victory over Pensacola Christian. Full court press is on again. Smith Perry. He'll swing it now to Cash. Cash having some trouble and traveled with the basketball. Boy, I think Montreat started the night thinking that they were going to be able to fluster the Owls, and it's gone in reverse. Justin Gagne checking back in. Timmy Johnson will come out. That's 7.5 minutes into the ball game. We got a close one between this USCAA D2 program and an NAIA D2 program. NAIA, of course, having scholarships. We've talked about the merits of that. Gagne blocked, but gets it back. Out to Cates, open three, and can't get it to rim in. The rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Gagne. So it will be Montreat's basketball. So after a 9-0 run, the Owls went up by 6. Now Montreat looking to get the lead back and get on a little bit of a run of their own here. Cash, Foster, bounce past the Cash. And what do we have? A legal screen again as Cates hit the ground. Turnover gives the ball back to Warren Wilson. Stick around at halftime, folks. Another Owls player profile. We're going to talk to the man from the Orient, Stephen Horton Jr., about his time overseas and also me trying to get him in trouble. So stick around. Another Owls player profile. Coming on for the first time for Montreat, David Rogers. Also out there, Angel Lopez. Here's Gagne on the left. Patterson top of the key. Cates out near midcourt. Cates hands it off to Ty Johnson. Dribbles in now to Bailey. Bailey strong to the bucket. Out to Cates. Baseline three. He's open. Can't get it to go. Bailey offensive rebound underneath. Cates is all alone. Lays it up and in. Owls go back up by 3 now. Cash takes it himself. 1-on-1. Patterson. I don't know if he got the block, but he altered the shot, and the Owls running and gunning now. Ty Johnson baseline. Doubled up. Got it out to Bailey. Fakes the 3. Dribbles it in. Pass deflected out of bounds, and last touch by the Cavaliers. Somebody call timeout so I can catch my breath, please. Whoo-wee. Up and down we go. These two teams trying to light up the scoreboard and doing a nice job of it. Garth Bailey, top of the key. Bailey to the cutter, Cates. Nice pass by Cates to Patterson, and Patterson is fouled. All-time series between these two teams. Montreat has the overwhelming advantage, 11-3. That's since 2000, but recently it's been the Owls who have had the upper hand, winning 3 of 4. They won last year as Patterson gets the first free throw. EJ on the season shooting the free throws at 79%. The Owls as a team near the top of the USCAA in free throw percentage as Patterson goes 2 out of 2. Full court pass by Montreat goes to Cash. Good job by the Owls getting back on defense. Lopez now rejected by Patterson. Rogers gets it back though. Now here's Lewis. Over to Rogers on the right. Rogers, good defense by Bailey, but able to get it to Lopez. Lopez left of the lane, gets it out to Lewis on the wing. Lewis trouble with the dribble, and he'll swing it out now to Cash. 9 to shoot for the Cavs as Lewis drives in, doubled up, gets it out to Rogers. Rogers with 4. Lopez to beat it, got fouled. Oh, the Owls bail out the Cavaliers there. So Lopez will go to the line for 3 free throws. As Cates picks up the foul. That's team foul number 6 for the Owls, 4 for Montreat here in this first half with 10:34 left to go. It is Angel Lopez at the free throw stripe. Lopez 6 out of 10 on the season from the charity stripe. So he's going to get a bulk of his work at the free throw stripe that he's done this season here in this sequence with 3 free throws. It's the first one to go. Montreat's defense, 109th in the NAIA, giving up 80.3 points per ball game. They're 124th out of 133 programs in opponents' field goal percentage, allowing them to shoot 49%. The Owls allowing their opponents to shoot 46% from the field and 41% from behind the arc. So both of these teams, at times, suspect defense. The Cavaliers in this 1-9 stretch have given up over 100 points 2 times. They've played some tough opponents, but their schedule is no different. In fact, it may be a little bit easier than what the Owls have gone through. Bethany coming in for the Cavaliers as Lopez gets 2 out of 3 from the charity stripe to make it a 3-point ball game. Timmy Johnson back out there for the Owls. He's out there with Gagne and Ty. Garth Bailey and Patterson. That's the 5 for Warren Wilson. Gagne top of the key, drives in. Looking underneath Patterson. Patterson doubled up, traveled with the basketball. Good defense by the Cavs that time. We talked about all their troubles, so we might as well give them credit when credit's due on the defensive end. The Cavs played great D there. Here's Foster into the forecourt. Foster over on the far side now. He'll get it out to Lewis, who's come back on. Will Lewis will set up the offense. Lewis, one of the top assist man in the NAIA, 6.8 assists. That is 5th in the NAIA. Lewis has it on the right wing. Bounce pass underneath Irvin. Too strong off the glass. Bailey with the rebound. Under 10 to go here in the first half. Warren Wilson holding their own here at Montreat. Timmy Johnson gets the pass from Ty Johnson. Timmy drives to the baseline. Cut off. Swings it out to Ty. Good closing defense by Foster. Home fans wanted to travel on Ty. Still 12 to shoot for the Owls. Ty Johnson into the lane. Pull-up jumper no good. Bethany with the rebound and Patterson over aggressive. That's a foul. That's team foul number 7. So Bethany, I believe, will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Coming on for Warren Wilson, it's Chris Dillard. So we're going to walk down to this end of the court and shoot the 1-and-1. Bethany, 75% free throw shooter. Good free throw shooter for a big man. Boy, did anybody watch the Pistons game earlier today? They lost to Atlanta. What a start for Atlanta this year. But speaking of free throw shooting and big men, I mean, Drummond for the Pistons had about 20 rebounds in the game. And a lot of them came on the offensive end, and he shoots 44%. So every time he got an offensive rebound, the Hawks just mugged him and sent him to the line, and he couldn't hit one. So it was like getting an offensive rebound, but, you know, what good does it do if you can't shoot the free throws? Bethany, a good shooting big man, though, as I mentioned earlier. And as soon as we get through some maintenance issues with the officials in Montreat with their subs, we will shoot those free throws. It looks like a player, I believe it's Lopez, getting looked at over on the side, so he's been subbed out. I think that's what the issue was. We'll set the 5 for Montreat. It changes so often that we don't get a chance to do it often, but it's right now Smith, Perry, Lewis, Bethany, Irvin, and Foster. That's the 5 for the Cavs. So Bethany, a 1-and-1. Swish on the first one. Again, stick around at halftime, folks. Stephen Horton Jr., another Owls player profile, will join us. Bethany, second free throw also good. So 22-21, the Owls lead is 1. We expected it to be a good one, and so far it's been just that. The Owls have led by as many as 6. Same goes for Montreat, I believe. Gagne gets a screen, dribbles up top, scoops it out. Timmy Johnson from downtown, it's good. They say it's a 3, lead back to 4. Home run ball to Foster, drives in, can't get it to go, as Patterson collects the rebound. Johnson into the forecourt now, out to Gagne from way downtown, around the rim, no good. Irvin with the rebound. Foster, full court to Smith Perry in the corner. Good job by the Owls to get back on defense. Here is Lewis. Lewis to the top of the key, now left side Smith Perry. Back out to Lewis. Danilo Radonjic has come on as you see him commit the foul, so Radonjic has come on for the Owls. Radonjic, 6'5", 190 from Montenegro, as he sends Lewis to the line. Will Lewis, 79% free throw shooter during the season. Christian, been glad to be with you here today. We're at Montreat. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. The Owls start of 3 games this week. They'll take on Columbia International on Wednesday, and they'll go to Crown College on Saturday. Again, if you're just joining us, we will not broadcast the CIU game on Wednesday live, but we will have it on tape delay on our YouTube channel. Ty Johnson from Redondich over the taller Bethany, and able to sky it high off the glass and get it to go. Foster, Lewis gets it to Smith-Berry in the front court. Underneath to the cutter, Bethany can't get it to go. Irvin put back, up and in. Gagne bounced past the Timmy in the forecourt. Under 8 minutes to play now here in the first half. Timmy, here's Ty Johnson. Johnson dribbles to the left, now Gagne, and Gagne traveled with the basketball. So a turnover gives the ball back to Montreat. 2-point ball game, and Garth Bailey is going to come in for Redondich. Coming back out there for the Cavs is Cash. Montreat, what's missing from last year? They lost Kerrigan Farley, who hit that three-pointer against the Owls last year to send the game to overtime. So Farley transferred to Wingate, and that's a big loss for Montreat. Part of the reason why they're 5-10. That ball deflected out of bounds off of the Owls, so Montreat will inbound it over on the far side. The Cavs also pretty young. 8 underclassmen, only 2 seniors on the roster. I wouldn't call it rebuilding, but so it'll be Smith-Perry to inbound it. It's it out to Lewis out near midcourt. Cash back to Lewis. Owls back in a zone here, 2-3. Irvin looking to post up Bailey, spins on him and scores. Patient offense by Irvin, nice job. And nifty footwork. We're all tied at 27 now. Owls and Cavaliers shaping up for another classic. Timmy Johnson for downtown. In and out. Tip for the rebound. It's deflected out. Irvin throws full court for Cash. And Cash stepped out of bounds. Boy, Irvin should have let that one go. That was going to be off of the Owls. Irvin tapped it trying to push the ball forward, but he should have let it go. Rogers checking back into the ball game. Foster is out there after a brief trip to the bench for him. Justin Gagne will walk it across midcourt. Montreat's press has settled down a bit. They were very active in the opening minutes of this game. Owls have really figured out the press well and figured out how to press well as well. 12 to shoot now as it's Ty Johnson. Top of the key, dribbles to the left, underneath Patterson. And Patterson on the give and go, lays it up and in. Warren Wilson goes back up by 2, 29-27. Owls keeping their press on. Montreat able to break it. And Foster gets it out to Lewis. Swings it left wing to Foster. Foster gets it out to Rogers. Left elbow jumper no good, and the rebound controlled by Ty Johnson thanks to a Patterson block out of Bethany. Bailey pushes it. Now he'll wait to set up the offense. Bailey at the half circle to Ty Johnson, and he dribbles between the circles. Now pull up three. It's good. Ty Johnson, a money ball, and it's 32-27. Here is Rogers. Now Lewis swings it left wing to Foster. Foster gets a screen, takes it to the half circle. Bounce pass to Bethany. Turnaround shot. Got it to go. Garth Bailey. Here's Gagne. Gagne into the front court with that sidestep. Here's Ty. He'll try another one from way downtown. This one short. Rebound controlled by Rogers. Montreat looking to push. Foster swings it left wing to Lewis, and Lewis is fouled on the floor. That's team foul number 9 for Warren Wilson, so still a 1-and-1 situation as Will Lewis goes back to the line. Irvin and Smith-Perry checking back in for Montreat.
At the foul line, Will Lewis.
5:15 left to play here in the half. Lewis rims in the front end of the 1-and-1, so he'll get another one. Try to cut the deficit to 1 for the Cavs. Well, you want to know what the Owls are trying to do, trying to put some wins together, as that free throw is good. Owls coming in at 8-10. You might think they're in trouble, as we have a foul called on Montreat as they go back to the press. The Owls still in good shape. They're ranked 8th in the USCAA. In fact, this time last year they were 9-9, so just a one-game improvement over the same point as this year. And when they won the championship 2 years ago, they were 8-10, just like they are this year. Gagne with the turnover on the double team. It was Smith Perry, now Foster. So Montreat forces a turnover. Lewis, Patterson was asleep at the wheel, and Lewis caught him napping and gives Montreat the lead back. 33-32, Gagne pressured, and they're going to call another foul. They've called it tight. Really tight. That's team foul number 6 for Montreat. So next one, the Owls will be in the 1-and-1. Again, stick around at halftime, folks. We'll talk to Stephen Horton Jr. Timmy Johnson over on the right wing to Bailey. Bailey out near midcourt. Now drives into the lane, goes right past the defender, can't get the layup, but Patterson is there with the tip back. And it's 34-33. We will get a timeout, full timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:28 left to go. We got a good one going here in Montreat. Well, folks, today is MLK Day, and what you're looking at there is the resting site of Martin Luther King. That's in Atlanta, Georgia. A couple of years ago, I had a chance to go down there, and if you've never been to the Martin Luther King National Historical Site, wow, what an experience it is down there. It's really what it is a campus, and it's about 3 or 4 different blocks of where he went to church and where he preached and where he lived and all kinds of different things. And that's his burial site, which is surrounded by water. And boy, I'll tell you, if you want to know who's carrying on his legacy, it's those folks down there in Atlanta. That's one of the top places that I have visited. I mean, just the nicest folks. So Montreat giving themselves the lead back. So if you're ever in Atlanta, go see that historical site. I mean, everybody from top to all the way to the janitors just really living in his image down there in Atlanta, and it's great fun to see that. And back and forth we go now here on this MLK Day as Timmy Johnson gives the Owls a 1-point lead again. As we near the end of the first half, Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here at Montreat. We will be away from the men for a while. We'll miss the next couple of games as the ladies head out for a long trip. Lewis looking to pass to Irvin, had it poked away by Gagne, but able to stay with it, put it up and in. 37-36. We said it would be in the 80s. We are on track for that, for sure. Gagne dribbling on the right. Throws it to Timmy in the corner. Back out to Bailey, and Bailey got hit by Cash. oopsie daisy foul there by Cash, who was just trying to go for the ball. That puts the Owls in the 1-1.
7-team foul for the Cavs. Checking in for the Cavs, Angel Lopez.
Lopez coming back in for the Cavaliers as Cash will sit down. Garth Bailey at the line. Bailey started the season slow at the free throw stripe. He's 54% now, but that's about 15 percentage points higher than it was a couple of weeks ago as he gets that one in. So front end of the 1-1 is good. Bailey will try to get the Owls the lead back here in the second attempt. Can't do it. Rebound controlled by Smith Perry as we're all even Steven at 37. Foster into the forecourt, top of the key, over to Lewis on the right side, and got it to Irvin. Patterson was called for the foul. That's 2 on Patterson. That's 10 team fouls now on the Owls, so Irvin will shoot 2 no matter what. Melvin Irvin, 77% free throw shooter, the sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. Irvin can't get the one, goes halfway down and comes back out. Irvin, 11.8 points per ball game, 57% field goal shooter. Good offensive rebounder in his own right as he puts Montreat up by 1, like Thomas A. He's got 37 offensive rebounds in 15 games. Justin Gagne from Ty Johnson in the front court as the Owls again break the press. Over to Timmy. Ty on the right wing. Timmy swings it over to Gagne. Gagne fakes the 3. Back over to Ty. Ty catch and shoot 3. It's a swish. Owls by 2. Full court pass to Foster. Foster 1-on-2. Too strong off the glass. As the Owls come up with it, now they've got 5-on-4s. Foster's slow to get back. Oh, bad spacing by the Owls there as the Johnson guys are in the same spot. Fortunately, not a turnover, though. Here's Ty getting a screen. Fires it. I think he was trying to draw a foul there. He was way long on the shot, though. Smith Perry with the rebound into the forecourt. Now here's Lewis, and Lewis will direct traffic with 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Smith Perry, Foster between the circles, right wing Irvin. Irvin on the give and go, and that's deflected out of bounds. No, they called another foul. So it's another foul on Patterson. That's his 3rd, and he's going to have to come out as Radonjic will come in for him. Smith Perry coming out. Coming on is Cash. Lopez also back out there for Montreat. That's a good sign. He was getting looked at by the trainer the last time he came out, so good to see Lopez back out on the court. So Irvin back at the line, 1 out of 2 moments ago. And a swish on the first one. Well, Bethany also getting set to check back in, I assume for Irvin, who's at the line. And that one's good. So we're all tied at 40 apiece. Bethany will come on for Irvin. 1:53 left to go here in the first half. Full court press again for Montreat. Gagne doubled up in the corner, and he is fouled by Lopez. It'll be interesting to see what both coaches do out of the locker rooms. The way that the officials are calling this game, it's being called very tightly, and do you stay with the press in that situation when every little touch is a foul? Every little touch like that. Gagne at the line, one of the better Owls free throw shooters. That one rims out and back up and in. So good bounce for Gagne there. Harsh once again doing the camera work as always. A good job by the big man from that bustling metropolis of Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Owls in the press again, leading it by 2 again. Lewis, nice pass underneath. Bethany counted on the foul.
Basket's good. Fouls on the Owls, number 4, Justin Gagne.
Gagne picks up the foul. As you see him raise his hand, Ty Johnson's going to come out. Or no, he's going over the coach. Behringer, excuse me.
Charles Smithberry checking in for the Cavs.
Smithberry in for the Cavs as Lopez checks back out. So Bethany trying to complete the old school three-point play. He does. And Montreat goes back up by 1. Boy, it'll be interesting to see how many lead changes and ties we've had in this first half. Gagne into the forecourt. Ty Johnson, open 3. It's good. Oh, ice in his veins. The senior putting the Owls back up by 2. Another lead change. Here's Cash. Cash throws that one into the stands. Turnover gives the ball back to Warren Wilson. Well, we thought the score would be in the 80s. Right now, we're headed for the 90s. Gagne bounce passes it back to Ty. Here's Bailey. Bailey 3-on-2. Bailey to the bucket. Tried for the reverse. Can't get it to go. Bethany with the rebound. Here comes Lewis into the forecourt. Lewis, nice move by Lewis underneath. Cash, extra pass off. Foster, open 3, can't get it to go. Gagne with the rebound as we go inside. 1 minute to go here in the first half. And Gagne will slow it up. Bounce pass to Ty. Ty, Radonjic at the half circle. Danilo back out to Gagne. 14 to shoot. Gagne gets a screen, dribbles in, gets it out. Timmy Johnson with the hand in his face, can't get it to go. Radonjic tips it. It comes to Gagne, who lays it up and in. Fortunate place and the fortunate time for Gagne, who's in the right spot to get that tap and lay it up and in, and now Montreat can hold for the final shot. What a first half this has been. Up and down, a lot of action. Foster on the left wing, top of the key, Bethany trying to clear some space. And Timmy Johnson fell down, is called for the foul with 5.1 seconds. Don't forget, folks, if you're just joining us, stick around. Coming up at halftime, a player profile with Stephen Horton Jr. Talk about his time growing up in Japan. So it's Lewis at the free throw stripe. Lewis, 79% free throw shooter. William Mont's doing some talking with the official. Foster gets the first free throw to go. Bethany comes out. Irvin comes in. Owls will still have 5.1 to work with after this free throw, made or missed. It's the second. So 47-45. Timmy Johnson. Radonjic. Oh, Radonjic tried to pass it quickly. Here's Irvin. Floats it up, but that's nowhere close in the first half. High-octane first half comes to a close. Warren Wilson, 47. Montreat, 45. Folks, as I mentioned earlier in the offseason, had a chance to talk to Stephen Horton Jr., another Owls player profile coming up. So we'll talk with Stephen Horton Jr., then we'll take a break and bring you the first half stats. When you come back, you're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. If you're watching at halftime and or on the Owls YouTube channel, it's time for another Owls player profile. Here's an interesting story, Stephen Horton Jr. Stephen, thanks a lot for giving us some of your time.
No problem.
You like Steve or Stephen? You prefer either or? All right, I'll go with Stephen, more professional, since evidently that's me. I'm professional. But so welcome to Warren Wilson, and just tell everybody how you got to this point.
Well, I was recruited in the summer, this past summer, at Open Gym, and I got talked into playing here, and I really liked the fine arts program they got here, so that really pulled me in.
But where are you from Not originally, but where did you come from?
Oh, I'm born and raised in Japan.
Now, you were born in, I've been trying to piece this story together. Williams told me it about 3 or 4 times, and I still haven't got it. You were born in Japan.
Yeah.
You moved here at what age?
I did all my college in America.
Okay, so you basically grew up in Japan.
Yeah, that's my home.
I mean, that must have been something else. What is basketball like in Japan?
It's great. It's very competitive. It's just the same as America, pretty much.
Really? So they embrace it as much as, say, baseball, or maybe a little bit less so?
Well, I would say baseball is probably the main sport over there, but basketball's starting to come up definitely in the professionally and just street ball in general.
So how does one grow up in Japan? Did you just have parents who lived there and wanted to move back, or was it military, or
Yes.
what was it?
My father's in the U.S. Navy. He's been in for like 20-some years now. He's been over there like since I was born, so
And he's still over there now?
over there now.
We have to say hello to him. Now, this is the only, don't think that I know any more than what I'm going to say here. So, Ohio gozaimasu to the folks. That's pretty good, though, right?
Yeah.
That is the one thing that I learned in high school. We had some folks from Japan come and speak one day, and that's the one thing that I remember from high school was how to say hello.
Yeah, that was good. That was great.
So let's do some trash talking now on the court in Japan. I'm sure you probably know a lot of Japanese, obviously. So give us your mother or something like that, but do it in Japanese. Just say something that you can be. None of these people are going to care. There's no FCC here. Nobody knows how to translate this. Make it as vicious as an insult as you want. This is your time to shine, Steven. Let's hear it. Let's hear some trash talking in Japanese.
I mean, I'm not shy. I don't usually trash talk in Japanese, but if I were to, I mean, I would just say kuso.
Now, what does that mean? The PG-13 version of whatever that means.
Son of a gun, like son of a gun.
That's awesome. I'm going to work that into a broadcast a few times, probably. But so your desire to play in college brought you here. Why not stay in Japan?
Well, over there, to attend the universities, you got to be able to like really speak it and write it. And I mean, I can speak it fluently, but as far as writing goes, I have a hard time with kanji, like some characters over there.
So did you have? I mean, I'm sorry to just pry deeply into your personal life here, but it's really an interesting story to me. Did you have, did you go to like an English style school, or how did that work in Japan?
Yeah, I went to a base school, so I was practically in an American school. So.
Okay. So I'm sure you still probably didn't have friends and able to absorb a lot of the culture.
Oh, yeah, definitely. My mother's Korean, but she's born and raised in Japan. So I know how to speak it. I speak Japanese to her, and yeah, I grew up. Yeah, that whole culture, that Japanese culture. I was off base a lot of the times, and yeah, it's nice.
You like the anime? I've never been able.
I got into some like lately. I've been reading some One Piece and Attack on Titan.
And do they really have these game shows that are really as wacky? I know they get parodied a lot here in America, but are they really like crazy?
Oh yeah, definitely. The comedy's a lot different over there.
All right, so maybe one of these days at halftime we can just play one of those videos. I'm be curious to see what something like that goes. Steven, so when you made the choice to come to America, where'd you go first?
I graduated in 2010, so I first went to Rockingham Community College. That's in Reedsville, North Carolina. I played there for a year. I wasn't feeling it, so I went back home, and then I went to California after that. That was in 2011, and I came home again. It was too expensive, so I was at home for like a year and a half. And then last year I went to Wilkes Community College, and then I came here.
All right, so it's an interesting story. I really appreciate you giving us some of your time. Best of luck this year, and we'll probably talk to you after a few games.
Sounds good, thank you.
You got anybody you want to say hi to, by the way, back home, since it's such a far ways away?
Yeah, just hi to my family. Hope everyone's doing good out there. Yeah.
All right, Stephen Horton Jr., everybody, for watching at halftime. We'll take a break and give you the stats of the first half. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to watch more player profile videos. Thanks. Welcome back, everybody. A couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here at McAllister Gym in Montreat College. Boy, what a first half, 47-45. Your Owls leading it by 2. We had 9 lead changes and 4 ties in that first half in a back and forth affair. Biggest lead for the Owls was 6 points, same for Montreat. Montreat shooting 58% from the field, Warren Wilson at 50%. The Owls +4 in rebounding, 8 offensive rebounds. Both teams a bit sloppy though, 10 turnovers for Montreat, 9 for the Owls. So a lot of turnovers in the first half, but that's in part because both teams are employing a full court press. Leading scorers for Montreat in the first half, 2 players in double figures already. It's Melvin Irvin, 5 of 6, shooting 13 points and 3 rebounds to go along with a block and a steal. Will Lewis usually dishing them out. He's got 11 points on 2 out of 3 from the field. And he also has 5 assists. Also scoring in the first half for Montreat off the bench, Ryan Bethany on the inside, 3 of 4 shooting. He's got 9 points and 2 rebounds. 6 points for Josh Foster, 4 points for Charles Smith-Perry, and 2 points for Angel Lopez. For your Warren Wilson Owls, led by Ty Johnson, 6 out of 13 from the field, 4 out of 9 from downtown, 16 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. Ty played all 20 minutes in that first half. Justin Gagne, 3 out of 7 from the field, and 1 out of 4 from behind the arc. He has 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. What a first half stat line for Justin Gagne. Also scoring for the Owls in the first half off the bench, Timmy Johnson, 3 out of 5 from the field. He's got 7 points. It is E.J. Patterson, 2 out of 2 from the field. 6 points and 2 rebounds and a block. Thomas Hay, 1 out of 1 from the field, 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Stephen Horton Jr. got into foul trouble, played just 5 minutes, 1 out of 1 shooting, 2 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Still pretty good first half considering he only played 5 minutes. Off the bench, Stephon Cates, 1 out of 3 shooting. He has 2 points. And Garth Bailey, 1 out of 2 from the free throw stripe. Bailey, 1 point, 2 rebounds. Chris Dillard played a couple of minutes, did not score. Danilo Radonjic, 3 minutes, did not score. And I think that's everybody. So that's how the first half came to a close. Again, 9 lead changes and 4 ties in that first half. These two schools meeting crosstown rivals. I'd say it's about 20 minutes from campus to campus. If you drive like me, you can get there in 10. Probably about 10 or 15 miles. Not a whole lot of separation between these two schools. Obviously, recruiting fairly similar. Again, Montreat does have scholarships. Warren Wilson is a non-scholarship athletic program. But still going after roughly the same guys. And this is just a fun one. It's been a fun first half. And let's keep our fingers crossed that the final 20 minutes is the same in store. So it'll be Warren Wilson to possess first. Same starters for the Owls. Garth Bailey, Thomas Hay, Justin Gagne, Ty Johnson, and Stephen Horton Jr. for Montreat. Lewis and Foster in the backcourt with Cash. Up front, it's Irvin. And it is Smith-Perry. As we're underway in the second half, Gagne driving right at the lane, floats it sky high off the glass, and gets it to go. Owls up by 4 now. That pass is deflected out of bounds. So it'll be Cash to inbound it. I put Gagne in double figures. Now he has 11 points. Irvin, now Cash gets it out to Lewis. Owls in a man-to-man here to start off the second half. They've flip-flopped between zone, a 2-3 zone, and man. Here's Foster between the circles, hands it off to Irvin, top of the key, swings it left side to Lewis. Hand in his face, shoots it anyways, can't get it to go. Hay with the rebound. Horton Jr. turns up the Jets, almost lost the dribble, able to get it back, and they call it double dribble. That was sloppy. So turnover gives the ball back to the Cavs. Owls leading it by 4. Here is Cash, right wing Irvin. Irvin hands it off to Smith Perry. Smith Perry will back it out now. Here's Foster. Foster between the circles. Dribbles into the circle, into the lane. Floats it up, can't get the bank off the glass. And Bailey with the rebound. Horton Jr. again pushes into the forecourt. And now we'll pull it back and set up the offense for Warren Wilson. Owls looking to win back-to-back games for the first time since November. Meanwhile, Montreat, they're just trying to figure it out. At 5-10, they're 1 win in their last 10 games. Here's Bailey, catch and shoot 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Ty Johnson, offensive rebound. That is Warren Wilson's 9th offensive rebound in this game. Gagne to the elbow. Step back jumper, a swish. So Gagne's got 4. Warren Wilson leading by 6. This matches the Owls' biggest lead of the ball game. They led it 18-12 early on. Lewis, 5 assists already. Lewis has over 7 assists 8 times this season. Irvin dribbles in. Good ball movement here by Montreat. 10 to shoot now. Lewis, dribble and dish. Foster baseline 3, no good. Irvin trying to save it, and he does to Cash. Extra possession for the Cavs. Timeout, Montreat. We'll take it with them. 17:43 left to go. We'll be back right after this. Take a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule, folks. Again, Wednesday, the men play Columbia International at home. We will not broadcast that game live. I'll be with the ladies on their way to Eastern North Carolina. So that'll be tape delayed. They'll upload it after the game, so check our YouTube channel, probably around 10 o'clock at night. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's the ladies at the MAC-U tournament. Big 3-game road trip for the ladies coming up. They need those victories. They've struggled on the road this year. The Owls men 3-7 on the road, but this one's got the feel of a home game. Lots of Warren Wilson students and fans in the stands here today at Montreat. Again, these two teams separated by about 20 minutes drive time. What do we have? Offensive foul away from the ball here. And it's on Bethany, who is not happy with the call. Players got to know, though, they've been calling it tight throughout. No surprises. They've called it consistent both ways. It's been tight, but it's been fair. So the Owls leading by 6 with the basketball. Horton Jr. walks it across the timeline into the forecourt. Now to Bailey on the right wing, guarded by Irvin in the man-to-man. Bailey looking underneath, side Johnson, and it's picked off by Foster. Good defense by Foster, who brings it up. Foster going coast to coast, lost the dribble, and traveled with the basketball. So it's been competitive, it's been close, but it has been sloppy at times, as Foster gives Montreat their 11th turnover. Horton Jr. into the forecourt again. Ty Johnson out near midcourt. Ty guarded by Foster. Gets a screen from Hay. Ty, Horton Jr. in the corner. Scoops it to Hay. Hay puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Irvin. Outlet to Lewis, who brings it across midcourt. Lewis, and that's going to be a reach on Bailey. So it'll be Foster who will inbound it over on the far side.
First team foul, second half for the Owls.
I actually correct that. They're going to do it underneath the hoop, left side of the hoop. It'll be Lewis to inbound it. Lewis gets it out to Foster deep. He'll hand it off to Lewis, and Montreat will set up the offense. Montreat being out-rebounded by about 2 a game. So far, they're in the hole 5 here. Foster buries a triple. That cuts the Owls' lead in half, 51-48. Here's Bailey, and Bailey walks it across the timeline. Horton Jr., top of the key. Horton Jr., and he got fouled by Cash. Two subs on for the Owls, Timmy Johnson and Stephon Cates coming in. Bailey will sit down, and Gagne will sit down. Cash comes out after picking up his 3rd foul. 2 here in the first half for Montreat. Horton Jr., tie. Now left post, turnaround shot, can't get it to go. Horton Jr. tried to tip it up, and now it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Montreat. Boy, every time it looks like Montreat's going to get the rebound, Foster starts to cherry pick his way back into the backcourt. I've seen it a couple of times. One time it actually cost Montreat as it left Horton Jr. wide open in the lane. Horton Jr. came out, now Timmy Johnson, or actually Gagne comes back in. Here's Ty. That grazed the rim, nothing more. Got the offensive rebound on the tap out by Hay, though, and the Owls will set up the offense. This game a little more herky-jerky in the second half as Timmy Johnson is called for the offensive foul.
Foul call on the Owls, number 23, Timmy Johnson, his 3rd personal.
So we've had a whistle on just about every possession here in this second half, and those of you who have been with me for the last couple of years know how much I hate that. But that's the way they're working it today. Now what do we have? Oh, he was moving. He moved when he inbounded it. You can't do that after a foul. You can only do that after a made basket. So lots of mental errors right now for both teams. A sloppy second half that the Owls lead by 3. So Horton Jr. gets it to Gagne. Gagne drives in over 2 defenders. Got the roll and the foul. Justin Gagne. Bethany picks up his 3rd. That's the 3rd team foul. Gagne's got 15, and he will go to the line to try to complete the old school 3-point play. He does, and the Owls go back up by 6 now, 54-46. Irvin and Cash back out there for Montreat. They join Rogers, Smith, Perry, and Lewis, the 5 on the court for Montreat. For the Owls, Ty Johnson, Stephen Horton, Stephon Cates, Gagne, and Hay. Lewis directing traffic as Irvin cuts into the wing. Now gets the pass on the right side. Pass up top to Cash, and underneath an offensive foul. So Montreat turns the ball over as Rogers picks up the foul. And it'll be Warren Wilson with the basketball. I got to think at halftime they said, guys, quit it with the illegal screens for both teams. But it continues, at least for Montreat here in this second half. Gagne catch and shoot 3, no good. Hay with the rebound, back out to Gagne. Fakes the 3, and he got mugged as Cash thought he was going to shoot it.
Foul called on the Cavs, number 15, Cedric Cash. His 4th.
That is team foul number 5 on Montreat, just 5 minutes into this second half. So Foster comes back in after Cash picks up his 4th. Horton Jr. now to Cates. As the Owls will be shooting free throws, it looks like early in this second half. Gagne spins into the lane. Got it in the foul. Owls with their biggest lead of the night, an 8-point ball game.
His 2nd personal, 6th team foul. Got to the foul line.
Bethany comes back in.
Ryan Bethany.
Rogers will come out. Try to shore up that inside for Montreat. Gagne trying to complete another old school three-point play. That one in and out, and the rebound comes to Smith Perry. But the Owls up by 8. Montreat trying to get something going on this end. Bethany turnaround shot and one. I believe they're going to count it.
Basket's good.
They did count it, so
Foul's called on number 33.
let's see who picked up the foul.
His third personal, Ryan Bethany.
I believe it was on Hay. They announced Cates, but I think it was Hay who picked. No, they gave it to Cates. Trying to take the charge. Garth Bailey comes in for Cates, who has to sit down. And Bethany will try to complete the old school three-point play. He can't either, and Horton Jr. gets the rebound. Horton Jr. looking to push into the lane, scoops it up, no. Rebound to Bethany. Out to Foster, now Foster into the front court quickly. Over left wing, Lewis, pull up three. Off the back of the rim once, twice, and Hay collects the rebound. Out to Bailey. Bailey being guarded by Smith Perry will walk it into the front court. So Horton Jr. now to set up the offense for the Owls. 6 minutes into this second half. Warren Wilson up by 6. Bailey can't get it to go. Tip for the rebound. Foster comes up with it. Foster drives into the lane. Foster, and another blocking foul is called. Ty Johnson was in that half circle. That's Ty Johnson's first personal. Fourth on the Owls. And they're going to give Foster 2 free throws here. Josh Foster on the night. This is his first free throws. 80% free throw shooter, the best on the team. Gets that one to go. Foster toes the line, rims the second, so 56-52 now. Trapping pressure for Montreat, but nowhere near the level of the press that they had early in the first half. Gagne dribbles in, gets it up top. Horton Jr. extra pass, open Ty Johnson for 3, no good. Offensive rebound now. Here's Gagne, buries another triple. Offensive rebounding is killing Montreat here. Smith Perry underneath Bethany. Bethany, no. And the rebound controlled by Horton Jr. Bodies flying all over the place. This has every bit of a rivalry making here. Gagne's pass deflected out of bounds, tried to force it to Bailey. And probably not the best pass under the circumstances. E.J. Patterson's going to come on for the first time as Thomas Hay will sit down. Ty Johnson inbound it. Gets it over to Gagne in the corner. And that's kicked. So kick ball, Owls will inbound it. Over near us. Gagne will do the honors with 21 to shoot. Bailey from Horton Jr. Now back to Steven. Trapping 2-3 zone here for Montreat. Horton Jr. on the right side. Drives in, scoops it up, no. And a late whistle will send Stephen Horton Jr. to the free throw stripe.
Foul called out on the Cavs, number 32, Ryan Bethany. His fourth personal. 17.
That is 4 on Bethany. That's a big loss for Lincoln Waters and Montreat. So Horton Jr. at the charity stripe. Steven, 59% on the season, rims the first one in. Owls back up by 8. Thomas Hay returning for Patterson. Rogers, for the Cavaliers, as Bethany will sit down. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Rogers. We go under 13 in the ball game. Lewis, top of the key, Foster. Irvin, spin, shoots, scores, and the foul. 60-54 as Irvin goes to the line to try to complete a 3-point play. Irvin again on the season is 77%. Irvin 3 out of 4 here tonight, so right on par with his average, give or take. Irvin's second free throw first free throw I should say, rims in as he completes the three-point play. Patterson coming in for Thomas Hay. Hay picking up his third personal. 17 fouls for Montreat, 5 for Warren Wilson. Owls leading it by 5. Here's Gagne into the front court. Gagne, Horton Jr. gets it cross court. Right back to Justin. Gagne drives in. It's it out to Ty for 3. Can't get it to go, but he's hit on the arm by Foster. So Ty Johnson will go to the line to shoot 3 free throws here. Ty Johnson, 79% free throw shooter on the season. Ty Johnson, 14th in the nation with 20 points per ball game. He's first in three-point attempts and makes, and he's also third in the USCAA with 360 points. Looking for 3 more here. First free throw in and out. The senior toes the line. Second one is good. Lead back to 6 for Warren Wilson. Coming on for the first time for Montreat, Michael Pomeroy, freshman from right where Warren Wilson's located, Swannanoa. Second free throw is good, so 2 out of 3 up and in for Ty as the lead's back to 7 for the Owls. Lewis, Irvin navigating the press. Oh, Lewis lost it, able to pick up the dribble, get it to Irvin in the front court before the 10-second violation. Lewis bounce pass goes to Rogers on the left. Rogers swings it to Smith Perry. Now back to Lewis on the right side. Rogers turnaround shot right at the lane, in and out. Tip for the rebound. Horton Jr. comes up with it for Warren Wilson. Horton Jr. pushes it into the forecourt on the near side. Gets it out to Ty. Fakes the 3 to Gagne up top. He thought about it. Back over to Ty. Montreat again. 2-3 trapping zone here. Gagne into the lane. The reverse, no good. Patterson tried for the offensive rebound, and it deflects off of Rogers. So Rogers touched it last. 14 to shoot for the Owls. Boy, I thought that hit the rim. Didn't that shot hit the rim? No. I'm wrong as usual. So it's 14 to shoot. Thank you, Hirsch. Ty Johnson the inbound it. Horton Jr. Oh, Patterson wasn't ready for the pass, and that is a turnover as Rogers comes up with the steal. Into the forecourt, here's Pomeroy from downtown, no good. Rebound controlled by Bailey. Montreat's offense doesn't have the same flow. They have just 10 points here in the second half. Gagne out to Ty Johnson. Johnson in the corner. Swings it to Gagne. Baseline 3. Good! Warren Wilson with his biggest lead. Home run ball. Patterson getting back on defense. Players getting tripped up. Patterson kept the wits about him to tip it to Gagne. Gagne dribbles in. Boy, almost threw it away. Got it to Bailey. Now Patterson out to Horton Jr. And Horton Jr. will back it out to Ty. Bounce past Gagne. Fakes the 3. Tried to go behind the back. Scoops it behind his back. Ty Johnson for 3 and an air ball. Never really got himself set. Lewis with the rebound. Lewis pushes it into the forecourt. Looked like he might have carried the basketball, but gets it to Smith Perry, who hits a big three-pointer. Boy, Montreat needed that one. Horton Jr. threw it away. Gagne was not there. Cash checking back in. Coming on for the first time for Montreat, Alex Radanaski. Timmy Johnson returning for Warren Wilson. Patterson 6 down. Stephon Cates coming in for Garth Bailey. Here comes Montreat. Redanaski into the front court. Montreat trailing by 10 moments ago, looking to put something together. Redanaski. Boy, this has been sloppy at times. It's been a good game, but it's been sloppy at times. And Redanaski just couldn't catch the ball there. Timmy Johnson in the front court. Ty in the corner, cross court, Gagne. Patterson tips it out. Stephon Cates for three. It's good. The Owls are having no trouble against this trapping zone that Montreat has gone to. Timmy Johnson guarded closely. And Redanaski able to break the press. Gets it underneath Foster. Foster took that extra dribble and gave the defense time. Offensive rebound to Cash on the missed shot. And he goes strong to the bucket for the two. Timeout. Montreat will take it with them. 9:37 left to go. Owls leading by 8. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. Another look at the upcoming broadcast schedule, folks. On Wednesday, tape-delayed broadcast. Men taking on Columbia International will be uploaded to YouTube following the game. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're with the ladies. Women taking on Davis College at 6 p.m. on Thursday. Friday, it's a 5 p.m. game with Florida College. That's Florida College, not Florida University. Big difference. Out of the timeout, Warren Wilson with the basketball. They lead it by 8 here in Montreat. Krishima, glad to be back with you. Ty Johnson doubled up, gets it to Timmy. Swings it over to Gagne. Gagne's had the hot hand here in the second half. Bounce pass to Cates. Cates looking for the extra pass to Patterson, and his pass is deflected. It goes off the foot of a Cavs defender. Thomas Hay checking in for Warren Wilson as Patterson 6 down. 10 to shoot now for the Owls. Shot clock did not reset. Boy, Gagne went a little too high for Thomas Hay there, and another turnover. So ball goes back to Montreat. Bethany checking back in. Owls have to recognize that he has 4 fouls and go at him on the offensive end. Lewis out to Foster, and Foster thought about the 3, instead backs it out. Lewis will set it again as Montreat, they get a play from the sideline. Here's Irvin over on the right wing, top of the key, Cash. Cash looking for the cutter underneath Lewis and ricocheted out of bounds. That was a bullet. So we've had about 3 or 4 straight possessions with turnovers. With 8:44 to go here in the ball game. Owls still in control, though. They've led for most of the second half. Gagne to Ty Johnson. Corner 3, it's good. Ty Johnson giving the Owls their biggest lead, 71-60. Trapping press. Timmy Johnson almost got that one. Foster able to get away, though. Lewis now into the forecourt with 2 seconds to spare. Foster over on the left side. Oh, nice pass by Foster. Underneath, Bethany was all alone. And players colliding. Gagne hit the deck. Who else got tripped up? One of the Montreat players is down. Well, I believe it's Foster. So Foster is hurt, and we will step aside while the trainer comes out and looks at him. Well, Foster helped himself to the sideline, so he's getting looked at over there. Meanwhile, Owls with the basketball. Boy, Foster averaging 17.4 per game. That's a big loss for Montreat. Hopefully he'll be able to get back out there for the Cavaliers. Owls with the basketball now, leading by 9. Had their biggest lead of 11 just moments ago. Cates, top of the key, drives right at the lane, out to Timmy Johnson for 3. Can't get that one. Ty Johnson wanted that basketball more, and he got it. Extra possession for Warren Wilson now. 7:45 left to go, and underneath, another offensive foul underneath. We've seen several of them from on both sides. Thomas Hay picks that one up. That's Thomas Hay's 4th, so he's going to have to be real careful with 7:45 left to go. The fouls starting to factor in. You got Bethany out on the court for Montreat. He's got 4. Hay with 4. Hay, boy, has to be real careful. Bethany, Hay has to let him go as Bethany puts it up and in. There's nothing you can do if you're Thomas Hay there and you've got 4 fouls. So it's a 7-point game. Back-to-back buckets for the Cavaliers now as Gagne drives in, gets it out. Timmy Johnson, open 3. Can't get it to go. Thomas Hay, his 4th offensive rebound of the night. Out to Gagne now. Ty Johnson between the circles. Timmy Johnson, same spot, dribbles in, gets it out. Cates, corner 3, no good, and the rebound controlled by Cash. Cash looking to push, forced it in, looking for Bethany. Cates, nice defense to come up with the steal. Cates across midcourt for the Owls. And William Montz wants a timeout, so we will step aside. 6:48 left to go here in the ball game. Owls by 7. We'll be back. Folks, don't forget you can chat with us during the ball game, after the ball game, anytime during the week, on weekends, whenever you'd like. Use the Warren Wilson Twitter feed right there at WWC Athletics to send us your comments about today's game. Timmy Johnson out of the timeout, gets it to Cates. Cates drives on the right side, can't get the bucket, but he's fouled. Foster looks better over on the Montreat side as he goes back to the bench. Hopefully he'll be able to get back out there again for the Cavaliers. 2 free throws to come for Cates, the freshman. Shooting 66% from the charity stripe this season. Gets that one to go. It's team foul number 9 on Montreat, by the way, so the Owls will be in the double bonus. And shooting 2 free throws no matter what happens after this. That second free throw in and out. Pomeroy with the rebound. And here come the Cavs down by 8. Owls have been in control here in the second half. Pushed the lead out to as many as 11. Irvin to Bethany up top. Right wing to Lewis. Lewis, his pass thrown away. Good defense by Ty Johnson to get in his face. And Cates comes up with another steal. So Cates' second steal since coming on. Timmy Johnson to the bucket, floats it up, no, and the rebound controlled by Cates. Again, the Montreat players not going after the loose balls, and the Owls out hustling them right now. Gagne was stripped. Patterson comes up with it. Now Timmy Johnson will back it out. And he's going to be fouled by Lopez, who's come on. So that'll send Timmy Johnson to the free throw stripe. Timmy Johnson, 81% free throw shooter.
At the foul line, number 23, Timmy Johnson.
Again, 10 team fouls on Montreat, 6 for Warren Wilson with 5:52 to go. Oh, Timmy Johnson can't get that one to go. Foster coming back in for Montreat after leaving with that injury, so good to see him back out on the court. Rogers also checking in. They join Bethany, Pomeroy, and Lewis, the 5 on the court. For Warren Wilson, it's Patterson up front with Cates, Gagne, and Johnson & Johnson. Timmy Johnson gets 1 out of 2. 9-point ball game, 73-64. Again, trapping pressure by the Owls. Bethany able to hand it off. And Lewis shows the ball. Nice move by Lewis. Strong to the bucket and gets it off the glass. Lead down to 7 again. Cates drives to the left around the defender. Short on the shot. Patterson tried to tip it back in. Bethany gets the rebound on the miss. Here comes Lewis into the forecourt. Pull up 3. No. Tip for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Warren Wilson. So Montreat will inbound it. Lewis right of the basket to inbound with a fresh 35. Inbound to Foster. Nobody's guarding him. You got to guard the best player, folks, as Foster buries a triple. And the lead is down to 4. This is as close as Montreat has been in some time. Settle in, folks. Gagne spins into the lane, puts it up high off the glass. Big bucket by Gagne. 75-69. Inbound to Rogers. Rogers to Foster. Foster able to break the press, and he's fouled by Gagne. That will put Montreat in the 1-and-1 now. It's the 7th team foul on Warren Wilson.
7th team foul. Josh Foster to the foul line.
So Foster at the line. Again, 80% free throw shooter. Junior from Columbus, Georgia. Front end and 1-and-1 is good. And you can feel Montreat starting to get back together again. They trailed by as many as 11, but they're fighting their way back, and now chance to cut it to 4 again, and they do. 75-71 as Horton Jr. comes back in. Timmy Johnson will sit down. Again, Montreat 11-3 against Warren Wilson since 2000, but the Owls have won 3 of the last 4. Trying to keep that sequence going. Here's Gagne. Gagne right of the lane, floats it up, no, but he is fouled by Lewis. This is smart by the Owls. They know the game's being called tight, and they're going to the basket trying to get the foul calls. Why not? That is smart basketball. So Gagne back at the line, 1 out of 2 earlier. Justin Gagne with 26 points, Ty Johnson with 21. They've got 47 of the 75. All right, Gagne, that one in and out. So Gagne, who came in shooting 80% from the charity stripe, has struggled here. Can't fault a guy too much when he has 26 points, though. So we'll let a couple of free throws miss slide, considering the overall performance, folks. Trying to get, he missed them both. So Montreat escapes that, and now they can cut further into this lead. Into the forecourt, it's Lewis over on the left wing. Lewis, spin move, what a move. Rejected by Patterson. Ty Johnson gets it to Gagne in the forecourt. Gagne thought about pushing, but good job by Montreat to get back on defense. Ty Johnson fakes the three, dribbles to the right, shoots it no good. Horton Jr. with the rebound, and he says, settle down, everybody. Here's Gagne, top of the key. Gagne, pull up left of the lane, short on the shot. Rogers with the rebound. 3:47 left to go. Foster on the right wing. That ball poked, and it comes to Patterson. Bounce pass, Horton Jr., and Gagne lays it up and in. 6-point ball game. Boy, the Owls needed that one. It's Lewis calling for time, and we will step aside. 3:25 left to go. It's a full timeout. Warren Wilson leading by 6, trying to close this one out. We'll be back. Well, it's getting late in the season, folks, but there's still time to subscribe to the Owls YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button on the player. Get reminders about games that are coming up. So Montreat trying to answer once again. Owls have been in control for most of this second half. Montreat looking to make a late push like they did last year to send the game in overtime, if not win it in regulation. The Owls trying to hold them off. Owls have done a good job of doing that so far. Let's see what the Cavs drew up out of the timeout. Foster between the circles, bounce pass to Irvin over on the right wing. It's swung back over to Foster. Gagne staying with him. Bethany spins in and got the bucket. Nice move by Bethany. The Owls just undersized against Bethany. Bethany is 6'5". Here's Ty Johnson on the left wing. Thomas Hayes come back in, catches it top of the key, gets it to Horton Jr. 2:47 to go. Horton Jr. right at the lane. Cates floats it up. No, and they call an offensive foul. Cates is appealing. They were in the restricted lane, but they don't get the call. So Cavs get a turnover. Owls got to play defense now. Foster and Horton Jr. is called for the foul. So 1-1 time for the Cavaliers. Foster back at the line. Horton Jr. his third foul, by the way. Foster 16 points on the night, make it 17. And now an opportunity. He can make it a 2-point ball game. Foster, second one rims out. Hay with the rebound, and Hay is fouled. So Thomas Hay will go to the line for 2 shots. Owls have been in a double bonus for the last couple of minutes. And Thomas Hay, 58% free throw shooter. 2:37 left to go. It's become a tight ball game. Owls have led by as many as 11. Montreat has led by as many as 6. That was in the first half. Thomas Hay, just 4 points today, but he's got 4 offensive rebounds to move himself up the rankings. First free throw up and in. So back to a 2-possession ball game. Folks, stick around. If the Owls win, we're going to drag William Montz up here to do a post-game interview with us. So stick around for that. If the Owls hang on, we'll also get you the final numbers. Thomas Hay, 2 big free throws, makes it a 5-point lead. And they're going to back off the press. So Montreat brings it into the forecourt unimpeded as Foster has the basketball. Foster shouting out the orders. Hostler looking to go one-on-one with Gagne. Instead swings it to Irvin on the right wing. Irvin, remember Thomas Hay, 4 fouls. Irvin pull-up shot, no good. Hay comes in for another big rebound. Horton Jr. looking to push it. Wild shot, but draws the foul. So Horton Jr. will go to the free throw stripe. As Will Lewis picks up his second. Both teams are in a double bonus, by the way. 2:06 left to go. Well, we knew it'd be close. We knew it'd be high scoring, and Horton Jr. is way off. Justin Gagne comes out. Boy, Gagne's limping a little bit. You hope he's okay. And Horton Jr., I don't even think that touched the rim. Gagne is over on the sideline working out his leg or something. Boy, you hope he's okay. So Cates replaces him. The lead stays at 5 as Horton Jr. goes 0 out of 2. Under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Lewis into the forecourt. It's at the Foster. Foster left of the lane around the defender, puts it up and in. 1-possession ball game again. Horton Jr. And we're going to get a timeout by William Montz. So timeout on the court. We'll step aside. 1:43 left to go. We got a good one going. We'll be back after this. Out of the timeout. Owls with the basketball. 1-possession ball game. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here in Montreat. It's been sloppy at times, but overall pretty good ball game between these two crosstown rivals. Let's see if the Owls can close it out here with 97 seconds remaining in the ball game. Garth Bailey's come back in. Cut off on the elbow. Gets it to Gagne, who's returns. Gagne over to Ty. Ty on the right side. He'll back it out. So Gagne. Ty Johnson being guarded by Lopez with 5 to shoot. Forced it and hit! Oh my goodness gracious. 82-76. What a bucket by Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson both lucky and good, folks. Here is Lewis on the right side, and now we get a timeout for Montreat. Well, the Owls fans who made the trip have something to cheer about right now. 1 minute to go, 6-point lead. We're coming back. Welcome back, everybody. Follow Warren Wilson on Twitter at WWC Athletics. Love to hear from you during the games, before and after as well. So Montreat with the basketball. Time for about 3 possessions. Montreat trying to go quickly, though. They have to have a sense of urgency. Get it to Bethany. Bethany's shot. Good, and the foul. Cates tried to draw the charge, and they call a blocking foul. Unreal. That was a charge on the other end, by the way. So 8.2 seconds come off the clock. Cates is done. He picks up his 5th foul. So Justin Gagne checking back in. And Bethany trying to complete the old school 3-point play, cut it to a 1-possession game again. Are we going to have a repeat of last year? Bethany, good. So 3-point ball game. Full court press is on, and the Owls get it across with no trouble. So 16-second difference between game and shot clock. Montreat appears ready to play defense here. Ty Johnson to the bucket. No, but he's fouled and will go to the line. So Ty will go to the line for 2 free throws. Boy, folks, I personally invited the local media to come to this game, and if they didn't cover it, what a shame for this area, as they have missed a thriller. I saw Fred, our friend with the Black Mountain News here, but I haven't seen WLOS send anybody, which is a shame if they're not here. Ty Johnson, 2 big free throws here. First one good. So it's a 2-possession game now, 83-79. Johnson trying to make it a 5-point game, short on it. Rebound to Irvin. So the lead stays at 4. If you're Montreat now, you can still think about the 2. You don't have to go 3. Foster's pass deflected. Now Lewis. Lewis to the bucket and can't get the roll. Put back by Irvin, up and in. 2-point lead and a timeout by Montreat. So 20 seconds left. And this is going to be a full timeout, so we will step aside as well. 20 seconds left. Owls trying to hang on. We're coming back. Don't go anywhere. Final look at the upcoming broadcast schedule here during the game. Men tape delayed broadcast coming up on YouTube on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're with the ladies in Elizabeth City. Owls with the basketball now, 20 seconds left to go. Garth Bailey will inbound. Both teams in the double bonus. Possession arrow favoring Montreat. Gagne throws it to Timmy Johnson in the forecourt. Goes behind the back to Hay, who throws it down with the right hand. 85-81 and 12 seconds left to go. Does Thomas Hay put the exclamation point on this one? Owls looking to win. They're 4th in the last 5 years over Montreat. Irvin checking back in for Montreat. And they changed the time on the clock, as you see on your scoreboard there, 14.4. And they're not going to let Irvin come in. So Irvin can't come in. All the Owls have to do here is play good defense and get out of the way. How many times have we seen it, and how many times have I griped about it? Players unnecessarily fouling at the end of the game when you're leading. Lewis almost lost the dribble. There's a three. That's no good. Timmy Johnson with the rebound. Lopez with the foul. 4.8 left to go. The Owls are going to win this one. How about this performance over the last couple of games for the Owls, who had such a tough stretch going up against those big schools, the D1s, the D2s, the whoever else's you want to talk about. And holding fort now, Timmy Johnson at the line for two to put the sprinkles on the ice cream. Timmy Johnson, first one up and in. Now Irvin can come back into the game. Stick around, Owls postgame. William Montz will join us. We'll get you the final stats as well. An exciting victory for the Owls here, 87-81. 4.8 left to work with. Going quickly, Foster floats up a three. Can't get it to go. And it's the Owls pulling off the upset here in Montreat. Warren Wilson wins back-to-back games for the first time since November, defeating Montreat 87-81 here tonight. What a performance by the Owls. These two teams will shake hands. Folks, we're going to step aside and come back and bring you the coach of the game, William Montz, right after this. Owls postgame coming up next. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. As we let me turn down that microphone so I don't blast your speakers out. As we wait for William Montz to come over for Owls postgame, let's get you the final numbers. Montreat College shoots 54%, out shooting Warren Wilson 46% for the Owls. But the Owls with 18 offensive rebounds, they were +8 in the rebounding category. Warren Wilson getting the victory here today, 87-81. Leading scorer, Bethany Ryan for Montreat, 20 points, 19 for Josh Foster, 18 for Melvin Irvin, and 13 for Will Lewis. So 4 players in double figures for the Cavaliers. Meanwhile, for Warren Wilson, it's Ty Johnson leading the way with 27 points, Justin Gagne with 26, and Timmy Johnson also in double figures here with 10 points. Joining me, the soon-to-be USC AA Coach of the Week. I don't think they have that award, but William Montz is here with me. And Coach, congratulations on getting the victory. Tell us, just let's go back a little bit and tell us what the overall game plan against Montreat was.
Wow. Well, I thought we did a good job of dictating tempo. We've been running a lot and been trying to work 94 feet both ends of the floor, and I thought that worked in our favor a good bit. Early had some just bogus turnovers that I thought we could control, and we did a much better job in the second half. I don't know how many turnovers we had in the second half, but I felt like that was a lot better. And we knew if we could come here and play the way that we wanted to play, that we would be successful.
Yeah, the Owls with 19 turnovers, but you were able to force Montreat into 22, 9 steals, for the team. I thought the press looked pretty good here tonight.
Yeah, I did too. We didn't get some of those. We didn't get enough of them. But, it helped to take our energy level up, and I think the guys are doing a good job with it.
You know, you talk about Justin Gagne, you talk about Ty Johnson. I asked Ty what he was doing for Christmas break. He said, I'm staying here and I'm going to work. And, you see it in his performance. He's got 27. I think he had 28 against Pensacola Christian. You got Justin Gagne with 26. Those two players combining for 53 points. I mean, where do you start talking about them and what they mean to the team?
They're special. They're special players, and but I thought we really shared the ball well tonight. They found their looks and their shots within things that we do. I didn't feel like anything was forced, and so that's always positive when guys can score, and their players or their teammates are looking for them. They know they've got a hot hand, and we move the ball well. So good things happen when we play together.
Last year, through 18 games, you guys were 9-9. 2 years ago, you were 8-10, just like this year. Now you've got that 9th win. I hate to say it, but it looks like momentum is building a little bit again after that rough patch.
Yeah, we needed that, and we've had 2 really good wins. Anytime to come here, records are pretty much scrapped at this point, and it's just always a really good game. So good environment. I thought our guys played well, and it's been this team's MO for a long time, January and February, and hopefully the guys really take that challenge and continue to win in these 2 months.
Coach, appreciate you giving us some of the time right after the game. I know you're a busy man. Congrats, Coach. Thanks again.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Oh, wait. Anybody you want to say hi to that might be watching?
Sure. Say hi to my mom. Mom usually watches. Don't know what Dad's doing, but he's probably in the background because he can't watch it with my mom because she screams at the television or at the computer. So hi to both of them, my in-laws, if they're watching, and also my wife. She was here tonight, but anyways, thanks for all your support, all the Owl fans out there.
All right, Coach. Thanks again. We'll let you go. Appreciate it. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here at Montreat. Again, check the upcoming broadcast schedule. Again, on Wednesday, the men take on Columbia International. It'll be a tape-delayed broadcast, so check for that later Wednesday night after the game is complete. And then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the women's 3 games in Elizabeth City. Big games for the ladies coming up. Big games for the men as well. Owls trying to get back to 500. They'll try to do so on Wednesday. Thanks again to everybody who watched tonight. For everybody here at Montreat, my name's Chris Schumann. Your final score again, it's Warren Wilson 87, Montreat 81. Have a good night, everybody, and happy MLK Day.